You're tuning into a healing experiential today about releasing and closing a relationship that haunts you or has some sort of grip on you. This is one of 3 healing experientials connected with the podcast about loving yourself and the past is over. You can find the full podcast at candicewu.com/pastisover. Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Embody podcast, a show about remembering and embodying your true nature, inner wisdom, embodied healing, and self-love. My name is Candice Wu, and I'm a holistic healing facilitator, intuitive coach, and artist sharing my personal journey of vulnerability, offering meditations and guided healing support, and having co-creative conversations with healers and wellness practitioners from all over the world. Relationships are extremely important to us as social beings, and if you're anything like me, then you've had many relationships that were really tough. Relationships that are friendships or intimate relationships, ones with teachers, parents, even role models that have been both positive and conflictual at different times. And then there was the relationship that just seemed to go on forever inside of me, even though the reality of the situation in real life wasn't happening at all. And so if you've been haunted by a relationship or it's just had a grip on you for so long, like me, you might find this healing experiential helpful. Sometimes we think we've had closure, and perhaps we did in real life, or somehow mentally we've decided that we're done with a relationship. But what I find is the soul and the body think differently. They're living on a different logic. They don't quite think. It's more of a heart-to-heart connection that needs a gentle and loving acknowledgement and honoring in order for it to shift. Sometimes our mind has decided something, and yet our heart and soul isn't yet caught up. In this experience, I will walk you through checking in with a relationship that is important to you or was important to you, and seeing if there's anything that your heart, soul, or body needs to complete it so that you really do feel free of it and open for new relationships now. Open for the ones that you want to manifest in your life and want to attract in your life so that you can have the kind of loving relationship you want now, whether that's a friendship, intimate relationship, connection with colleagues, anything at all. As you work with a relationship in this experience with me today, remind yourself with gentleness that it may take more than one time to experience through and complete something here. If it's a very significant relationship, it may take a long time or years or just many times of checking in and seeing what else is there. Sometimes different relationships pop up at different times and a different aspect is shown to us where it's incomplete or something wants to be acknowledged about it, perhaps grief or upset, anger, even joyfulness, even positive feelings that come from a relationship may want some integration later. We're not always present in the moment when we receive something to take it in all the way through the whole body and the energy. And so our body wants us to integrate all of that and may remind you of doing so later when you're ready and there's space. So whatever relationship you want to work with today, I'm wishing you a freedom between you and that person or you and that symbol or object. You can work with any relationship, even though I've referred to ones that connect with human people. It might be a relationship with an animal, your house, your career, money. You can decide, but I'm going to describe it as a relationship with a person just to make it simpler for this recording. Before we begin, make sure that you have enough time after this experience to just give yourself a break before you need to jump into something else or work or the next thing in your day. When working with relationships, it's just really good to give yourself all the space you can to integrate what happens. And now let's jump in. For this experience, I'd invite you to stand up. Let's first begin by letting the body move in any way it feels comfortable or any way it desires to. Just give your body full permission to do what it wants to. That might be standing still, swaying side to side, or leaning, curling up, sitting, whatever feels right. Let yourself tune into your breath and allow anything that's happening to continue to happen. Feel your feet underneath you, your legs, your hips. Tune into any intention that you have around any relationship that you'd like to work with. Now, open your awareness to the relationship that you'd like to give some attention to. Perhaps it's a relationship you'd like to close, release, or shift. And with whoever this relationship is, invite the image of this person in front of you. Imagine they're standing right there as you're standing here. And just as we invited your body to move in any way that felt right, feel free to do so here as well as you hold the other person in your awareness too. Notice if you want to move closer or farther to this person. Sense what your body wants here. It may be different from what your mind is telling you or what you've thought about. Just let your mind chatter for the moment wash away and feel into your heart, your body, your hips, and what's happening inside. Become aware of any sensation in your body, any place of holding or resistance, any place of love, calmness, feeling neutral. Tune in very carefully and sense if your body is feeling guarded, cold, angry, warm, loving, reaching out. Allow yourself to follow that movement and emotion or sensation. And as you see this person in your mind's eye, notice them. How do they look to you? Is there warmth coming from them? Is there coldness? Is there some emotion or energy between the two of you? Notice whatever there is to notice here. Recognize that this is your perception and your intuitive sense we're working with. There's no need to worry about the details or what's really true or not. You're just sensing what's in your inner world here. Now, sense if there's anything left unsaid or unresolved between the two of you. Say out loud anything to this person that you need to say without any filter. Notice what happens inside in your own body as you say these things out loud. Notice what happens in your awareness of this person. If there's anything unresolved or desired here, invite yourself to picture that now. Feel any body sensations or emotions that come with this. And again, take any breaks that you need if things start to feel overwhelming or intense. Notice if any of these words might feel true in the situation or needed. There is love here, or I accept my responsibility for the hurt in this relationship or the breakdown of this relationship, and I'll leave you with your responsibility. Or I agreed to this for a time, and I no longer agree. Or thank you. Thank you for all of the good moments, and I take them with me. Or I wish you peace on your way. Say whatever feels resonant for you. Or imagine the other person saying any of these words to you that you want. If your emotions or your body felt activated by any of those words, they may be just the right ones. Or you may tweak them a little to fit your situation. Invite yourself to imagine anything that you wish they would say. Picture that happening. And when I say anything that you wish, it may not be that you wish it to happen in real life, but that some part of you wants to experience this. Give yourself permission to feel it now. Sense anything that's happening inside your body, arms, your legs, your belly, and in your heart. Notice your breathing. Notice any changes. Follow yourself and what's happening inside. See if there's anything else that you'd like to say to this person or you'd like to hear from them. Now's your chance to be completely honest without any filter, as this experience is just between you and yourself and the energy of this person in your awareness. If there's anything else that's needed, feel free to imagine, say, or do it now. Let your body move with it. And as you feel complete or ready to conclude today, Just take a couple of steps back when you feel ready. Stay with your body and just notice anything that's happening inside. And allow yourself to gradually move farther back or invite them to move farther back in your awareness. Feel any shift inside. And as you feel ready, become aware of your surroundings. Sense into anything around you that seems pleasant to look at. Feel your feet and give your toes a little wiggle. Notice a couple of breaths. And as you conclude today, notice if anything has shifted for you. And take a moment to honor yourself for doing this deep work. Thank yourself for taking the time to give yourself the attention you need and want to clear up a relationship that you're struggling with. And acknowledge anything that you experienced, anything at all, taking it all in as information. And as we conclude here today, I'll leave you with a little bit of time, as usual, to integrate, rest, and be quiet and still with yourself. And you'll hear some music at the end, and then you'll know that this recording is over. See you next time.